Welcome to This Old Doom. What you are staring at is a death screen right now. Normally, we start the episode, you get the intro graphic, there's my beautiful face. We've tried recording this several times and we're running into a lot of issues. Even with the enemies having very low health, they tend to ambush you at once. So this is, they will repent. You can see we open up into just a shooting gallery of enemies. I'm going to try my best to kill all of them expeditiously. This one, I didn't even realize the first couple of times was there. But I know you're not here for the monsters. You're here for the property, right? So am I. Anyway, let's begin. So this is They Will Repent. It's mission 5 of episode 4, Thy Flesh Consumed. You're going to see a lot of green walls here. You're going to see a lot of blood. Blood outside, blood in the fountain, blood in the waterfall, blood in the creek. A lot of blood. So just keep that in mind as we go through here. Very nice. And then you have to watch out for these idiots. These have been giving me some of the biggest problems in this level. Again, this is like the third time we've tried to record this. If I had just died at the very beginning, it's fine. It's like, okay, we'll just go ahead and restart it, but I'm going to try to take care of as many things as I can here initially. Actually, since we have the jump feature, normally I wouldn't skip into this area, but I think I'm going to just because I want to take care of some of these threats and get a leg up on them. I just think that's going to be easier for us. So normally you have to go into the other room first, but because we can jump in GZ Doom, you can kind of cheese your way in here. It's not that big of a sequence break because it's not necessarily locked behind a key or anything like that. But it does lead to the key. But we will go back into the room that we're supposed to go in first. Don't worry. First, I'm going to grab some of these rockets. You can hear, actually, the monsters from the other room getting ready to welcome us. So, we'll go back and do this the correct way. Don't worry. I just want to try to get ahead of this. Actually, there is a chain gun here that we need, so go ahead and do that. And then we'll come back here. It's kind of an unorthodox way to handle this part of the level, but it is what is probably going to work best for us. Dodging monsters, dodging things. I am going to go take this. That's going to give us some much needed armor. And you have this nice balcony type overlook area. And I have to watch out for these guys. I'll make a jump instead. Shoot off a rocket. Shoot off another rocket. I'm panicking. I don't really want to have to use my rocket here because that's how I died last time. This is chaos. Chaos is happening. I got to find cover. This is the most the most crazy that this has been. But we're actually in better position than the last two times I tried to record this. Anyway, let's... Gotcha. Okay. So, when you come into the property, blood room, we did that. Then you have these two rooms. A huge focus on levels, platforms. You see that there's lifts. You see that there's steps that could also be used as kind of like waiting spaces. And of course, more blood pools, more blood creeks. Those are very important to the architecture of this level for whatever reason. You may want to repurpose that into a maybe potable source of water, or at least one that you can wade in, perhaps. So there are going to be, I think, more floaty skull guys down there. We have to be careful. Take care of him first, grab these items. This is going to be a lot of backtracking, I think, just because we're going to miss some stuff early on. All right, so we do have the red key, but let's go in here and go this route. Kill these things. I don't know if I mentioned this. I don't think I did because I think it was on one of the other recordings I did that we gave up on. But this, very reminiscent in a lot of ways of Limbo from episode 3. At least I think. Okay, yeah, I don't want to go in there yet. There is... Actually, no, maybe I do. Maybe I do. We need a better weapon. Bullets, something. Of course, there's more skulls. There's always skulls. They're not too bad if you can kind of trap them. There you go. Walk into my fist. Thank you. We still have plenty of monsters left that we have to account for and do something about. This is definitely the most challenged I have been in these so far. Without even... I mean, there's no question about it. Let's go ahead and grab this. That's going to at least lead us up here. I hear a Baron of Hell. I hear you. I'm aware that you're there. There's health that we desperately need. And that actually puts us over the 100 limit, so... That being said, I don't want to take damage if I can help it. I also don't want to take that if I can help it, but I feel like I need to. Oh my god, there's the exit. We're not ready for it. Did we soft lock ourselves? I don't know. Let's go into here. Where's this going to take us? Goodbye. We are literally all over the place. I'm kind of hoping that one of these guys... There we go. Kills everyone for us. That's nice. Gotta love to see that. What a disaster area this is. Do not buy this property. You do not want this. Please tell me that this isn't a dead end here. Okay. Oh, we're running out of health, it looks like. Is this a... This is a door here. Okay, that's where we came out of. This is also... Oh, nice. Where were you earlier, bro? Anyway, this property is already worth 1.13 million. Soon to be a little bit more. That's very cool indeed. There's a BFG 9000 over there. That would solve all of our problems. I didn't know that was there. How do we get to it? Literally would solve 90% of our problems if we can get over there. Oh my god. Okay. We're jumping. Goodness gracious. What a absolute cluster of an area. There's a plasma rifle over there too. That's also nice. We went ass backwards into some parts of this map. So as a result, I have not really showcased anything. Where are you shooting me from, by the way? Okay, we need to be able to take care of these guys somehow. That works. That also works. Yeah, this is definitely useful for us. So anyway, a lot of doors, a lot of ways to accomplish, you know, beating this area. And I think I did save a health pack over here, which is nice. Let me look. Make sure we're killing everything here. Anyway, so you have a lot of platforms, levels, you know, very cool stuff down here. There's another lift there. Let's go in this way. Got mostly everything taken care of, but not everything. My big fear is we're still missing a secret, and does that mean we're going to have to backtrack through the lava. I think we've used both radiation suits available to us. You can see there's a lot of these strewn about that we have to account for. Nope. You dumbass. Wow. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab this. And we're going to be on the lookout for items. There's a health pack there. This is actually the exit to the level. Invulnerability sphere. I wish I would have known this was there, honestly. That's pretty cool. That would have helped us out a lot. Well, I'm going to definitely grab everything that I can while we're in this position. So, it's a little disorienting for sure, but, you know, let's do what we can while we can. I think we probably want to go here. This is not good. This is where we just were. This is not where we want to be. Oh my god. Alright, we got to find this secret area. We got to find these other enemies milling about. Keep an eye out for stuff that's helpful. Bro, how did that not kill you? I hate having to waste a goddamn bullet on that. But, like, we don't have any other options, right? We have the rocket launcher. Okay, all the enemies are done. So it really comes down to where's our final secret. I'm sorry, I have not done a good job at all in showcasing this property. There's one of our items, at least. That tucked away. Let's look for our other secret. Where could it be? Let's check the map. See anything? Oh, there it is. Okay, I know where we need to go. Luckily, it's close by. Hey, Link Dog. Link Dog joined us. He heard all the screaming and commotion in here. How would you even find that? And we're still missing an item. I'm going to guess it's going to be in one of the lava things. Or should I say blood pools? Let's kind of go through here while we can. Now that there is no, at least, enemy threats to us. So you can see just every room looks the same, in my opinion. They lack their own identity unless you consider their identity is, you know, how freaking random they are. But if you're a fan of this, you know, green blocky style, then obviously there's a lot here for you. I particularly don't like the aesthetic that much. I think visually it's not very appealing to me personally. But you know, you do you, man. So we are almost certainly missing, I'm going to guess, a barrel or a med kit of some feature. So I'm just kind of thinking what the best way to go about looking for it is. The problem is we don't have really any health. So I think the last thing I want to do is just take a guess that it's going to be like in a pool of lava. I would rather encounter it somewhere else first. And if I can't, then, you know, it is what it is. But, like, we can look at the map identifiers here to see that those little green specks, triangles, are going to be items, whether that be a corpse or a decorative item. Could be any of those things. I'll double check over here on this platform. I don't think I left anything here, but we might actually have a pretty good visual on back here. It doesn't. any items either. Let's check the original area as well. You know, stranger things have certainly taken place where I've forgot something at the very, very beginning. That doesn't seem to be the case here. Check this area as well. Again, if you like pools of blood, you are in luck. It has plenty of them. Head up this way instead. You know, I said a couple days ago that I really thought that Thigh Flesh Consumed was going to have some high value properties, and it had like one or two, but honestly, less valuable than I've seen. They're not as maybe dense with high value items. Not as dense with monsters, perhaps, that I thought. As we kind of check here, what's in the corner there? Okay, I don't see anything in this pool of blood. That's we get over there this way. I mean, this is not the way you're supposed to get in there. There's our final thing. Now, before I jump in here, let me find how do we get out? Because we have 89 health. So there is a way out. I know that. I think it's... Okay, so we're going to go here, down, to the right. Let's catch our breath for a second. Perfect. And now we try to go to the exit, which should be down here. 1.578 million for They Will Repent. I already forget what the next level is like, but I think it's going to be a pain. So, thanks for joining us on this old Doom. I apologize for the just jumping right into it and how long it took. That was intense, but exciting and a little bit fun. So, we'll be back tomorrow to showcase the next level.